G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So today's video I just wanted to have a quick talk about who and if you should be buying someone with your red coins at the moment. So obviously these golden week banners are pretty good. They've brought back a lot of quality units as you can see here, and everyone's sort of wondering, should I be getting someone, and if I should be, who? So your top two picks are clearly the top two units here. So you've got the physical Ultimate Gohan, Beast Gohan. So we'll start off with him here. So looking at him, he's got a pretty good leader skill. You've got that superheroes hybrids, and then the extra 30% to bond of parent and child and movie heroes. So that is a huge category. Um, yeah, that covers a lot of teams. You jump in, and the reason that he is very good for most difficult content is the fact that you get this guard for 3 turns from the first appearance when you got another bond of parent and child, which bond of parent and child, massive category, so you're always going to be pretty much getting that entrance animation activated. Um, while he's definitely not as good as Piccolo, I'm sure you guys have seen videos of him taking out pretty much all difficult content. He's got a really solid link set here. This obviously isn't mine, so trust me, mine are level 10 links. But the other thing is you scroll and you look at these teams, and that is outrageous. He's got multiple 200% leader skills. Um, He's, as I mentioned, a great linking partner. He's got easy units to link up with him. His only issue is that he can struggle for key, and when you do have a look at his passive here, he does need the extra key to get the 20 key, because you want to be getting him as many attacks as possible. He is one of those units that do build up with super attacks rather than just normal attacks, which does hurt him. But if you're thinking about picking up your first copy of him, I think it's definitely I think it's a good idea. If you say have enough to get both, I would recommend getting this guy, and then I would recommend getting Piccolo. So just looking at Piccolo next, you can see here very similar leader skill. You got the superheroes or battle of wits category for the 170, and then bond of merit, bond of master and disciple or movie heroes as your extra 30%. I should have showcased for Gohan, but as you can see with Piccolo, you get that greatly raised defense. You've got the stun chance, and then you've got the greatly raised attack and defense, and also lowers attack. So this guy has probably got more versatility than Gohan does have. You can, whoops, I'll get out of that. You can literally use him anywhere. As you saw, he's got his stun chance, he lowers attack, so that makes him very good for Super Battle Road. He, again, does have the guard here, so that means that you can easily put him in slot 1 straight away. This guy builds up from getting hit, so he's a perfect slot 1 tank. We always want slot 1 units. They just help get you out of trouble because there is so many times where that big super does come in on slot 1. The other thing with Piccolo is that he does have an insane, where is it, HP heal. So if HP is 30% or less starting from the turn where this guy has received 7 or more attacks, he fully recovers HP and gets an additional 30% damage reduction. Now that does take his damage reduction up to 50% for a unit that's already got insane defense. So when you get that off, this guy is literally untouchable. He also does offer key support, so all allies get the 2 key when he does receive an attack, and as I mentioned, this is a unit that you are more likely to be using in slot 1. So that extra key support, it can be super clutch, and especially as I mentioned with a unit like Gohan, who does need to hit a key amount like that 20 key. This can really help you play around with the orbs a little bit easier. Pretty generic link set for a Piccolo unit. The thing with him is that you also do have the STR cooler movie Piccolo to run alongside him. They are an absolutely dynamic duo. So I think that's pretty much a rotation that I run on any team that I am bringing this Piccolo. Again, a ton of teams here, as you can see. Number of 200%, like you look at Powerful Comeback, Earthbred Fighters. You've got Gifted Warriors for the new Piccolo, Superheroes, Battle of Wits, Movie Heroes. Like, this guy is, you're going to be able to get a lot of use out of him. And so I think this is the ideal type of unit that you should be grabbing with your red coins. He's still a top top tier. Like, I'm sure there are people that debate for him to be one of the best units in the game, especially because you do also have access to this super clutch Orange Piccolo Giant form, which in an event like Cell Max can carry you the whole way through. I know he's personally how I got the special pose mission done and dusted. So if you are only able to get one unit and you want to pick someone, Orange Piccolo is definitely your choice to grab. Obviously went a bit more in depth on those two because I do think those are the top two units that you should be looking at grabbing, and honestly I would more recommend to lean to saving if you aren't going to be grabbing a copy of either of those two units. The STR Goku, I do like his leader skill, that 170 to the Goku family and Super Saiyans. It's actually really, really good for Battlefield, rocking that Super STR team. But he's one of those units that is really painful to run two of on a team, because he's a slot 2 or 3 unit. So you either have to run them off rotation, which means it's going to make it harder to get the Super Saiyan Gohan out, or you have to risk going in and not getting links active for one of them on one rotation. So not ideal. We also do have a second Goku family lead in the Bardock now. Bardock is an orb changer as well and does give the 200% to all Goku units, so I think that does diminish a bit of the value of that Super Saiyan Goku. I probably wouldn't be grabbing him. For Cell, he's just not good enough in those first two stages. In Perfect Cell, he's still really, really good, but as he's in this base, unless you're going up against a lot of enemies, he's just doesn't have much to offer, unfortunately. He's obviously a 200% leader skill unit, but when you've got the Gammas that can also lead artificial life forms, that definitely really hurt this Cell's, I guess, must-bringness, if that's a way to define them. He's, just not a unit that I'd be grabbing, and the same goes with the Super Saiyan Goku. So a 170% lead sort of come out just before the 200% meta, which probably hurt this guy a bit. He is on a ton of teams, and when you do get out his Super Saiyan 3, he is still he's an offensive juggernaut when you do get this guy out. But the thing is, when you do get him out, you are relying on medium chances to become supers to get just a 30% buff in your defense. So he is a bit glass cannony, but I do understand he's got some awesome animations, and at his peak he can put up some massive numbers, but still you look at these units and they're just not units that I'd be grabbing. STR Kid Buu, still really good, but in terms of where you're running him, he just doesn't have a team to operate on at the moment, and that's pretty much it. No team, no partners, needs more buffs. The tech, Teen Gohan, Ultimate Gohan, whatever you want to call him, he's probably had one of the longest lifespans in Dokkan history, I guess. Obviously, you've got the Golden Frieza TURs that are still hanging around, but the fact that this guy's still relevant and can still be used in difficult content is pretty insane. He's got that guarding and stacking, but a unit that's been on 100 million banners and will probably continue to do so. So I definitely wouldn't recommend grabbing him. You've got the AGL Metal Cooler, who is one of the best linking partners and best units to run alongside the new Piccolo Jr. But I don't think him, Pycon, Janemba, Kid Goku are anywhere near worth your coins. Janemba and Pycon, you could definitely get a bit of use out of for your support, or the support that they do offer, which is really handy. But they're sort of like the last slot or second last slot on teams that you are bringing. They're not key focuses in the team like bringing the Ultimate Gohan or the Orange Piccolo. So the last option, who I still don't think would be worth the coins just because he has been around for a while, and sort of we've got his easy A, so he's reached his potential, is the STR Cooler. So a unit that stacks defense, probably not ideal to have him at 55%. He's one of those units that you'd probably want to get a few dupes into because you want to get those extra additionals. But a really good support unit on that STR Cooler team. But I don't think worth your 400 coins unless you've really, really stashed up. So just to go over again, Orange Piccolo, option number 1. Physical Ultimate Gohan, option number 2. Past that, I really don't recommend you summon. You grabbing any of these guys with your coins. So let me know if you're going to be picking up a copy of any of these guys with the coins. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content. And hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.